there, this is Matthew Francis. I'm a big fan of makeup tutorials that I've seen on YouTube and various other websites. And basically everybody who does that is a girl. And I figured, hey, there might be some guys out there that want to know how to apply their makeup. Okay, not really. But I also thought that, I would just put these up here for fun and see how it goes. So today, I'm going to do what I like to call my sunset eyes. And it actually works out perfectly because MAC Cosmetics, and I'm sure there's one near you, recently came out with an assortment of shades from a line called C-Shock. And I'm going to be using pretty much every color from, well, no, not every color from that line, but a lot of those colors. So we have Eye Popping, Going Bananas, Fab and Flashy, Passionate, which is a re-promo, by the way. And this is Floral Fantasy. This is from another launch, but I thought it'd work out perfectly. So what I like to start off with is Studio Moisture Cream because I have really dry skin. And I just washed my hands, and I will be applying it with my fingers, but it's always good to make sure that you have clean hands whenever you're working on your face or eye area. Because our hands tend to be the dirtiest part on our body, and considering how many doorknobs we touch and how many other people touch those doorknobs, I don't want to have it all over my face. It's better if you let it sit for at least 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is use Prep and Prime Eye, and I have this in medium dark, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid because it's going to help make the lid a little bit more smooth for the shade sticks, which I am going to apply in a moment. So you probably can't really see it all that well, but I have Prep and Prime all over my eye. Now I'm going to apply it to the other one. If you're going to tug on your eyes, I suggest using your ring finger because that seems to be the finger that you apply the least amount of pressure on. It's best if you don't tug on your eyes because that'll increase your chances for wrinkles since your eye is such a sensitive area. But sometimes I understand the temptation. I still do it even though I tell people not to do it all the time. By the way, I tend to do my eyes first before I do any foundation, only because I tend to use a lot of colors that have a tendency to fall out, and I see no reason in putting on foundation and blusher and all that stuff and then having to wipe it away as soon as my eyeshadow starts falling down on my cheek. And a lot of people use loose powder and they pack it on so they can just like sweep away later. But why not just do your eyes first and then you're saving yourself money? I probably shouldn't be saying that since I'm a salesperson, but whatever. Anyway, okay, so now I have on Prep and Prime medium dark all over my eyelids. So now I'm going to use 3 shade sticks. The first one is Shimmer Sand by MAC, of course. Everything I'm using today is by MAC. Go figure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that right underneath my eyebrow. Okay. Can't really see. I apologize that my bathroom is sucky as far as colors. It's like this really deep red, and so it makes everything look different. But okay. So now I'm using a Corn shade stick. And I'm going to apply this to the inner corner all the way across to the mid part of my lid. Okay. So now finally I'm going to use Mango Mix shade stick, and I'm going to apply this in my crease and make it meet with Corn. And what's great about shade sticks is that they're actually waterproof, so you can wear them at the beach if you plan on going swimming. They're great, especially with the summer heat. I don't know where you live, but where I live, it tends to be hot as a crotch outside. And so I need a little extra protection. Even though I'm dry, we all sweat. Okay. So I have Corn, Mango Mix, and Shimmer Sand all over my eyelids. So now I'm going to take another ghetto brush from Target. Had to find it. And I'm just going to blend that out just slightly. I like to start with the inner corner and blend it outward. Alright, I will use Cloud Bound, which is from the, oh my god, I can't think of the name of the launch. Oh well, it's from a launch. It was pretty recent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it as a highlight right underneath my eyebrows. So now what I'm going to use is Going Bananas, which is from the C-Shock line at MAC. And I'm going to use my 224 brush, the same one that I just had, and I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye and bring it out, kind of like I did. So this is Going Bananas. So now I'm going to take Fab and Flashy and apply this to the mid part of my lid and bring it out to the crease. Again, 224, same one. The reason why I tend to use the same brushes over and over is because I think it's kind of crazy when an artist uses 21 million different brushes for one look. Like sometimes I can see where 21 million brushes would be called for, but not right now. And so I use light colors starting off, and then I gradually get darker so that I can use the same brush. Okay, so Fab and Flashy is basically from my crease to the inner corner of my eye. So now, 224, and I'm going to use a little Passionate. I'm going to put Passionate right in my crease. I want to still leave some of Fab and Flashy, which is the orange color, because this is a sunset eye after all, and so you do need a little orange, because this is of the sun. And I'm just going to pat it on. Now, I understand that a lot of times you don't know how to work with your own eye, because everybody's eye shape is different. And my suggestion would be to examine your eye and determine how much eye space you have and how much space you have between your crease and your eyebrow. Now, I don't have the largest amount of space to work with, but I'm pretty happy with what I've got. Some people have it to where if they have their eyes open completely, you can see every single shade that they have on. And then some people you have to look at only when they blink, and then you can see every color that they have on. I'm one of those in-between people. So I might start getting models. If you would like to model for me and have me do your makeup on camera, then I'd be more than happy to, so that you can get a wide range of different skin types, different eye shapes, etc., etc. Okay, so now I have Passionate in my crease, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Fab and Flashy again, and I'm going to put it slightly over Passionate, just to give it a little bit more of a touch of the orangey gold, and then I'm going to blend it towards the inner corner. So, going bananas, Fab and Flashy, Passionate, and Cloudbound. And this is just the beginning. Alright. Sorry, I'm checking to make sure it looks okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use Floral Fantasy. I'm trying to think of the logic it came out with, but forgive me, just can't remember. So bad. And I'm going to apply this as my eyeliner on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ring finger, and I'm going to lift up on my eyelid and use my 266 angle brush and just swipe it down on the bottom for me. So now I'm going to use eye popping and use the same 266 brush. I kind of like mixing colors just a little bit. It helps it blend a little easier for me. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eye. I generally like using a lighter color on the inner part of my eye because I feel it draws people more into my eyes, and it helps with the natural lighting that's all around me soften the look of my dark brown eyes. Especially if I use greens. Makes them look more hazily green. Although I have heard that that is so not true. A lot of people say that their eyes change to turn, depending on like what color shirt they're wearing or what they're surrounded by. And I used to not believe that, but I've seen some people that totally have green eyes when they wear green and have hazel eyes when they wear more of a brownish shirt. I wish I were one of those people, but whatever. Okay, so basically I have all the eyeshadow on that I want.